The following program is for mature audiences only. None of the information provided is intended to be medical or any other professional advice requiring licensing through any regulatory agency. It is for entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, I'm Amy Satori. I'm an intuitive spiritual counselor assisting in raising the vibration of our planet. I was born with extraordinary gifts, experienced enlightenment for 6 months years ago, speak light language, and channel a being called Celeste, who is an ambassador for a Galactic Council of 60. I am able to scan your energy field for emotional blockages and talk to or aid in the healing of your organs using Qigong energy healing. I can also help you make decisions, talk to your pets, deceased loved ones, and your friends and family's higher selves. I can help you navigate your relationships and answer pressing questions in your life by talking with the unseen world. I use these skills I've developed to translate the images, feelings, impressions, and messages I'm given while tuning into you and your situation. I work Thursday through Saturday as a psychic for the Lighthouse Bookstore downtown Boulder, Colorado, and conduct remote readings all over the world. You can order a private reading from my website at amysatori.com. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow me here on Podbean, Instagram, my 1111 Twin Flame Forum on Facebook, and YouTube. Set a reminder in your phone to call live on the show any Sunday, 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, or 8:30 Eastern to ask me a question, receive a blessing, or have me do some energy work on you. So, my friends, without further ado, let's get to today's show. And thank you for listening to the Satori Show. This is your host, Amy Satori. And it's really cold here in Boulder. It's like really, really cold. And I had to get a new microphone. I've had this one a little bit and I've used it off and on. But the other microphone, kind of the mechanism started messing up, I guess, because of my the range of my vocal cords. And that a lot of you have heard that like when I talk, it's like a delta waves, and so that puts you in kind of a meditative state. It puts you in a really soft place. A lot of you probably listen to me as you're falling asleep. It's very soothing. I mean, my voice has always been kind of like that, but it means that there's like a full spectrum, I guess, as one of the listeners said. She's like a sound person, so she said there's like a broader spectrum to my voice, so which would make a lot of sense for why I do what I do. But it helps all of you who are listening. Actually, anyone who hears my voice, it makes them more intuitive as well. So all of you are benefiting from whatever's happening with my voice, but it does knock out microphones. So we'll see how this one does. Hopefully it can withstand whatever is going on there. And whoever this person that I was talking to about that, if you notice anything that I need to do different with my sound here, just let me know. I'm going to turn this around so you can actually see where I've got it set. Whoa, that actually kind of sounds better. I think I should do that. That's so funny. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. I'm just making it up as I go along. There's a lot of callers right now, so I think I'll get to you guys. I don't know what TD's doing. I don't see anybody in the screening room. TD, are you awake? What's up? What's going on? Okay, so glad you guys are here tonight. And let me take the person who's been on hold the longest. Hopefully you'll be wanting to talk. Hey.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Oh, great. Wow. I just actually dialed in a few minutes ago, so I didn't know I'd be number one.
Yeah, it's like everybody called in at the same time. There's like 1 million that have been here within 2 minutes, I guess, right at that mark.
Well, I just wanted to say I love your show. It really helps me with my life, I guess, love life, work life, spiritual life. I don't want to take up too much time. I'm calling because I'm kind of trying to figure out what's going on with a love interest of mine. We're not really in communication. I haven't seen him for a year. I still do love him. I think about him often. So if you can kind of tell me where I'm at with this person or what this person's feeling about me.
Yes. He looks really stressed out right now. I see him like sitting on a couch leaning forward with his head in his hands. Like, I think he's like found out some really bad news or something. If I didn't know better, I would think that he just found out that, and I know this isn't true, but it's like, it feels like if you just found out you're going to have a baby, or you just found out that the person that you love is engaged to someone else or something like that. Okay. Something hit him really hard.
Okay. I don't know. I guess it wouldn't have to do with me. Are you able to tell me what he feels about me?
Actually, that is in regards to you.
Okay, it's in regards to me. Okay.
So something's probably happened on his end that's put some kind of a kink in his plans in terms of what he wanted for you guys. Okay. So I think at this point he's really stressing out. But let me get any more details I can for you. Hang on just a moment.
Okay.
He's very unsettled. He's very, very unsettled in the situation that he's in. And he wants, so many masculines that I've been tuning into lately feel like this, like a rat in a cage, just stuck and want out really bad. And so that can be symbolic of like so many things can be going on about that. But I do have to, it feels a little on the intimate side. So, I mean, I'm not talking sexual, but like somebody that he knows well, or somebody that so this could be a karmic partner, or it could be like somebody he's super close to. He's just going through a lot right now. So what I'm getting is the Hermit card. And so he's going inside for inner wisdom on what to do in regards to like proceeding with you, because I think he was planning on reaching out to you. But something's happened. So let me see what he plans to do about his plan being kind of, yeah. Go. You can ask something if you want. I'm just going to tune in while you ask.
My only thing was, is he going to reach out to me and communicate with me?
I think he was planning to. I think he's kind of pulled back right now.
Okay.
If he does reach out to you, though, it's going to be within a week. It's going to be soon.
Okay, it's going to be soon.
Wait. You should know something. They're saying when he contacts you, know that it took a hell of a lot of courage for him to call, and don't give him a hard time.
Okay. Yeah, I was just going to ask you, what should my demeanor be? Should I be upset that he hasn't reached out for all this time, or should I just be warm, loving, gentle? That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, I would. I know there are so many feminines in this position to where they're just feeling pretty hurt, pretty frustrated, or at least they did. But if you do have those types of feelings or any resentment at all, then I would definitely work on those feelings and letting them go, because ultimately nobody else is ever responsible for your feelings. Yeah. So anything that he does doesn't necessarily need to affect you in an adverse way. So if he does come forward, it will be in a loving way and in the name of love. So if he's making an attempt to connect with you, I would absolutely be open arms about it. Okay. And I would just make sure that you get your defenses, any kind of defenses, like shut down before this interaction happens. So I would do it as soon as possible. And one of the exercises I recommend for that is the one that I talk about all the time on the show, and that's thank you, God, for my misery. So you can say, thank you, God, that he's ignored me all this time. Thank you, God, that he has, said some really shitty things to me, or thank you, God, that he's like totally pushed me away. Whatever he's done to you that's hurt you, put that on the top of the piece of paper and then list at least 10 to 15 things as to why that's a benefit or an advantage for you and why that's a good thing that happened. It'll help you just kind of soften and see the bigger purpose in it.
But you do get that he does have feelings for me, though, like romantic.
Oh
feelings.
Gosh, yes, yes.
Okay.
he's got such strong feelings for you that whatever he's going through right now that's in the way of the two of you, he's freaking out.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I like it just as much, so I hope it works out. All right. Thank you so much, Amy. Thanks so much.
Yeah. You're welcome.
It.
Sure. Have a good night. Bye.
You too.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, Amy. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Hi, my name is Lana. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there. I was calling because I was hoping you could just provide me with some insight. So I just discovered what even the concept of twin flames like about a year ago. But once I did discover it, I just felt so much resonance, and I knew immediately that was what was going on with me and a guy in particular. And that relationship has been going on for about 13 years.
Okay.
So just recently, I've been following you as well as like a couple of other intuitives that are just really plugged into like the twin flame journey. And so I feel like there's kind of all of this talk about like masculines are finally starting to wake up. I have certainly been doing the work on my end and really felt like I came into my fullness of self-love, my divine feminine energy, and just feeling really whole and complete in myself. And so naturally I was thinking, wow, like this feels great. Maybe, we can actually be in union now that I've healed the feminine side, and maybe he's healing. So basically it just so happened that he came back around, and I was really excited thinking like maybe this is leading toward union, but the experience, like he just was treating me so shallow and kind of reducing our relationship to a sexual one. And it really just threw me off, and now I'm even wondering, is he my twin flame at all? Have I been wrong about it? Because if he was, then wouldn't he have been doing some work on his own, and why would he be treating me like in such a shallow way? So I'm just hoping you could help me, like, is he even my twin flame, which the thought in and of itself, like, feels totally against everything I've felt in my intuition, but maybe I need to face that reality. I don't know.
Yeah, I totally get it, and I've been hearing this lately too. So what's his first name?
Can I give like a
Let me. You don't have to. You don't have to give it. It's okay. I'm just so used to asking it. Hang on a second.
Well, I can tell you, it's Thomas.
No, he's okay. Well, he's. I feel he's a twin flame, but nobody else can tell that to you. Nobody can decipher for you who your person is. But
yeah,
I will say that a lot of times, they go through so much on their side, and a lot of times are just so frightened of this kind of love that all they know to do is connect in a sexual way. And if they love you that much, that's how they express it. But the problem is that they're coming in an inauthentic way. That's the problem. The sex is not the problem. The inauthenticity is. The lying is. The, acting like it's, whatever it is. So that's the problem. And you never know. It's like these unions come in waves, right? So you get all excited because everybody's coming into union, and you see all these people coming together. And you're just like, oh, I must be next, and I'm doing all this work. But then you're put through yet another test. And it can continue that way for a while, because it's really important that you not make it about the relationship coming together, but about what is happening in that moment and what it reflects back to you about you, what you believe and what you think. So it could take many years. You almost have to like let go of any expectations of anything happening with this person when it comes to a relationship forming or anything like that. And that is so hard because we love them so much.
And I honestly thought I had done that. Like, I thought I was at a place where I let go. But I think the problem is that he just made me feel like our connection was invalidated. Like, how could you treat me so shallow and only be like, I'm kind of going through some health issues, and like he's just not being supportive. He only wants to talk about sex, and it's just like, are we even connected? Is this thing even real? So yeah.
And I hear I'm hopefully going to be talking to another masculine who got a YouTube channel going, and I want to get like the masculine's perspective on this and really kind of chat it out with him. But honestly, this is like common across the board. The twin flame divine masculine, he can be a player. He can be like pretty cold, and he can be like just very narcissistic, and he can be like not ready to get real, and he can even be in denial and all kinds of things. And I hear more often than not than at those moments when he is needed the most, he doesn't show up. He's like deer in the headlights. He just freezes, and it's kind of like too much pressure. So the feelings that they have between them are so intense, and these masculines, so many of these masculines have been like run over by their mothers and like totally ruled and controlled by these women, and they haven't even learned how to deal with their own feelings or anything yet. So it's like being short-circuited. It's like overload big time, and they can't handle it. Gotcha. So try to do your best to take care of yourself, and don't even worry about putting a name on the connection, because the feminines that truly are charging forward into their life purpose, and they're trying to stay in a high vibrational state as much as they can, and they're just charging forward in their life, and they're like on fire. Those guys are actually the opportunity for the masculine. I don't know what point in time that happens, but there is a point in time when they're given such a grace period, and then it's like the universe just comes in and shuts the door. And it's like then he gives up his past. He gives up his rights to you. And at that point, there are other options that start coming forward for you, like, soulmates and soul flames and things like that. So you're going to, as long as you're in a high vibrational state and you're staying happy and you're like doing what you need to be doing, then don't worry about him, because other options are going to be appearing before you, and very appealing options.
Okay. So is there anything else that you maybe sense about like my particular masculine specifically?
Yeah, let me see. I kind of feel like I get 4 of Swords energy. So 4 of Swords is, for me, it's kind of a breakup card, and it's also like when you just pull back away from the world and you just kind of reassess and process what what love has meant to you your whole life, the way that you've treated women, how they've treated you, the whole dynamic of love and what you truly believe. And it's like, this is a huge time you'll probably see 7 of Cups in all these masculine spreads right now, because they're learning to sift through the bullshit and get to the heart of the matter in every area of their lives. The eclipse is excellent for this. It's making them realize so much. And I have seen these players, like, I love that movie, Crazy Stupid Love is a great example. It's like they'll be a player and they'll see if they can get away with that. And then when they can't, they grow up. So when these masculine...
I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, when these... remember what you were going to say, but if the masculine shows up at the door, your only job is to open the door and see how they are. See if they'll meet you with authenticity and with, have a heart-to-heart conversation. Can they have a heart-to-heart conversation with you? If they can, invite them in. If they can't, just shut the door and forget about it,
Yeah, gotcha.
It's like the cookies aren't ready. Just put them back in the oven,
Right. But that you don't think that I should give up on the whole twin flame journey or concept altogether?
Yeah, do it. Now, it doesn't mean it's not going to be real.
So the thing is, like, I've always felt very strongly that I've been speaking with him telepathically, or his higher self. So now I'm kind of just like, am I crazy? Have I been talking to myself this whole time? But I've always felt, I've literally, like, I've been talking to him for years. So I'm just, like, questioning my whole sanity at this point.
Man, I'm really growing. I'm really realizing so many incredible things. And oh my gosh, and you're like, really? Oh.
Really.
Yeah, their higher selves are pretty incredible. But then you look at their 3D selves and you're like, seriously? Like, this is like second grade. Come on. So, yeah, it is happening, because everything is energy. Everything that you put out there, anything you visualize, anything that you think, it's all true. It's all happening. Nothing's being imagined. If it's being imagined, it's being birthed. So it just may not happen when you think it's going to happen. But it can also, like, you got to leave room for miracles too, because I've seen these guys turn around so fast, it's unbelievable. And you just don't even recognize who they become overnight. And these masculines are really like these incredible white lions that that don't even know how rare and beautiful they are. They don't believe in themselves. They have worthiness issues. They really don't know why these feminines like them so much. And they're just like shaking their heads. But once they realize who they are and they're like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm not like the other lions. Like, I'm this white lion. Whoa. And once they kind of get a hold of that, and not in an egotistical way of, look at me, I'm a peacock. You know, they'll be like, wow, all right, well, maybe I don't necessarily need to earn this right. Maybe this is it. Maybe I just accept the fact that it's just like, you may be white, you may be black, you may be Indian, you may be whatever you are, but if you can accept it, that's just who you are. You know what I mean? It's not anything to be judged, and it's not about any kind of labels or anything, but it's like once they realize their power and the kind of love that they're capable of, or the kind of love that they even deserve, they can just kind of let it be what it is. Why make a big deal of it? Why sit there and go, oh, I don't deserve it, I'm not ready, I'm so this and that's wrong still, and all that stuff. They get so stuck in their heads. But just why not just let it be what it is? Can you just hang out in a room with somebody and just enjoy being in there without any kind of labels, but just like sit in the room with this person? So once they get to that place where they're just kind of more accepting of it, and they're just like, hey, it is what it is. I'm not, what is worthiness? What is any of this insecure crap anyway? Why not just have somebody who's like on my side and in my corner, sitting beside me? No matter how long that lasts or whatever, it's like, get rid of that fear and just like sit in the room with this person and enjoy it and have a good time. You're not like at Disneyland, going, ooh, I'm not worthy of walking next to that person. Oh, I'm not worthy of going on that ride. It's like, just get on the ride and have fun, but they need to get to that point to be able to, embrace the journey. But it really is, it's like them walking from teenagers into men. So it can be scary, but really it's all a challenge in the head. It's really just all in their mind. And it is in ours. And I will tell you, I'll warn all of you of this too. The divine feminines right now, the masculines that are coming forward for them, the divine feminines are then like presented with this moment of, oh, it's here. Do I really want this? And and then they start getting a little scared, and then they're like, and then
what
they
is
get
this journey?
I'm not in perfect shape yet. I'm not this, I'm not that. And it starts playing with their heads too. So, and then then all of a sudden the feminines are like, oh crap, I'm just like the masculine. I didn't realize that I had that fear because I wasn't the one being come after. When someone's coming after you, there's all this pressure to be this perfect person. And then it's like, when the tables get turned, you're like, oh crap, I still have insecurities to deal with too, and stuff like that. So
that's a good
everybody
perspective.
just needs to everybody just needs to learn to get past their head and into their heart and just do it. Just have fun. Period. Just have fun.
Okay, this feels anything but fun, but I'm going to press into everything you said, so I really do appreciate it, definitely.
The biggest thing is to not take any of it personally and just keep going into what says yes to you. So if your twin is not ready and if he's not coming forward and he's not any of that, keep your mind and your heart open, be aligned with your purpose, and you will bring a really high vibe partner in, like a soulmate or somebody like that, who is ready to commit, ready to go forward, ready for the challenge. And you can make that relationship work as long as you take personal responsibility. That's the key. Mm-hmm. If you take things personally and make your happiness about the other person, it's not going to last. Mm-hmm. Or at least it could cause the back and forth thing,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm at a place where I don't know. I don't want to keep rambling, but where I just know I want to be with him, and I know that I don't want to be with anybody else. I mean, is that like, am I the only one that feels that way, or is that foolish?
Oh my gosh. Like 85% of the feminines I talk to feel that way. But they do seem to always... I just don't want love. I mean, I guess I feel like I've grown into I know who I am now more than any time in my life. And when I'm honest about who I am, I feel like it's him, and I don't want to accept anything less than that. Okay, keep this in mind, though. The him that you think that you love might be the him that's like 10 years down the road. And it could take him that long to get there. And do you want to sit around waiting for him to mature?
Yeah, it's
that's the only
13
thing.
Years, so.
Yeah, and you could wait. That's okay. But waiting energy also kind of puts you in a feeling of not really respecting yourself and not really being in your power. Because even if you're like, even if you're just out dating, just to get to know people and just to have good validating conversations or to make yourself feel better, to build your self-esteem, to build their self-esteem, to learn and grow and all of that. I mean, it could still, like, you could still be doing it with that purpose in mind and just not throwing your stuff around and sleeping with anybody who's, who you're going on dates with. But you could use it as an educational experience and just keep your mind wide open, and you will be surprised. And somebody like you who's kind of like, no, I will only be with my twin flame. I forgot to mention this in the last video when I was talking about different types of true love, because sometimes what happens is like a love at first sight scenario. So somebody unexpected will come into your life and they will sit before you, and you guys have had past lives together or something, and it's just like this amazing connection that just kind of shocks the stuff out of you for a moment, and you're just like, what the heck? And you forget all about your masculine, and it's all about this new person for just a moment, and he usually disappears. But, so the love at first sight guy kind of jars you into realizing there are other options, and then that's when the soulmates can come through and the soul flames from the past come back, and stuff like that can happen. Gotcha. So just be open to all of it, and honestly, it's like the most important thing is that you can be yourself with someone, that you can be authentic with somebody. So if that's not your twin flame, go with the person who makes you feel good about yourself and that you feel authentic with. They're ready. Your twin isn't. So I don't know. That's just my take on it.
Well, I really appreciate it. I do feel less crazy after our conversation. So
good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your words and advice. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And you helped a lot of people too, because I know a lot of people feel the same way you do about all of this.
Okay. God bless all the twin flames out there. Keep the faith.
Yes.
Okay. Well, have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. And I will say this to you guys, just as a little interjection here. If you have, whenever you let go of something, I don't care what it is in life, if it's a goal or if it's a person or whatever it is, when you let go of things, you can see things a lot more clearly. So, people will say, should I let go of this whole twin flame journey and all that stuff? Yes. Yes. Let go to the point, let go of everything to the point that you are just in this really neutral zone and you can just see really clearly. And then the right thing will come through for you when it's supposed to. Okay. Hello?
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
It's Elle. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's my first time calling in, but I've been listening to you for a little bit now. I found you through the Happiness Coach, and I'm really excited to talk to you today. And I feel like my question is very much in line with your previous caller and some of the topics that you've been posting about lately. And I kind of feel like I might be on that, am I crazy train as well. Weekend, you warned us. You said, the tower's coming, and I thought, I don't think it's going to apply to me, and then it definitely hit. It came so out of the blue after having such a lovely evening, having a great, conversation under the guise, I would say, of a heart-to-heart. But the things that we talked about, like I kind of just laid everything out on the table on my side of things, and then he completely denied what I thought was our connection. So I guess I'm wondering, am I legit? Did I read it wrong? Am I legit crazy? Is he so far in denial? I similar to your previous caller, I was just, is this really my twin flame? Could I have been so wrong, or is this a test? And if this is a test, before all these thoughts came into my mind, I just kind of was fed up, and I said, I can't keep doing this. I need you to let me go, because we had just started working on more communication, and I thought we were building a friendship and getting to a better place where we were hanging out, and then it hit, and I I just walked away feeling really confused, and I'm still very confused.
Yeah, twin flames, man, they're like scorpions. They like, right when you think everything's just fine.
Yeah.
I know.
Literally denied things that have come out of his mouth, completely denied that it never happened. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, you sure that you don't have the same twin flame that I do? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
It's like, seriously, I've heard these words out of your mouth. Now you're denying these things, you know. No, it's called cognitive dissonance.
Dissonance? Okay.
Cognitive dissonance is when they have two very contradictory beliefs that are clashing. And it's really hard for them. They would rather go into denial about it than to actually, see the truth. I mean, I gotta say, and maybe this is the same for you, was there a time in your past when you were like incredibly religious or really into something so much that you were just like completely brainwashed and you could not be convinced otherwise?
Yeah, I guess like being a younger adult when you start to change your perspective.
Yes. It's like that's where they're at when they're acting like that. They're stuck in something. It may not be religion, but they're stuck in something that totally contradicts. But if you're having so many signs and synchronicities and all of these incredible things that have been happening, and I know that have been happening to you, that have caused you to believe that this is the twin flame, and mutual things happen to both of you that make you both go, holy crap, what the heck is this? My twin flame and I actually went through enlightenment together. We had an enlightenment experience separate from each other, and then I prayed for a sign for this person to come through that they would have been enlightened before, so that would be like a signal to me. Then we figured out that he had been enlightened before. Then we found out that we were enlightening together a second time. I mean, talk about signs, talk about like, wow, how do you deny that? He even flew over to talk to me about the whole thing because we were both like, what just happened? Like, that's impossible. Nobody enlightens once, let alone twice and at the same time. So those were some of the things that happened, and that's the type of stuff that happens for twin flames, that they realize that, oh my gosh, I'm like somehow energetically tied or connected to this person in a really profound and sometimes spiritual way. But, it doesn't mean that they're like ready.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess not. I just felt like if the foundation is truly here, and if the feelings are here and the energy between us and the way that, we look at each other and all of that here, how can you turn around and tell me that, you don't see a future with me, or you don't, think that there's a foundation here, and just be so completely on a different page than me? So I guess that's where the doubt was coming from. So you feel like this person is my twin flame?
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, but sometimes they get so in their heads and they're so logical that they can't even think. Some of these guys are so they can't think out of the box. They can't think. I mean, it's like, I live in this state and you live in that state, so we can't be together. It's like, duh, there's like a car and a U-Haul. Somebody can move.
The funny thing is, we're 4 kilometers away from each other. We're down the street.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just plain old not ready. That's all. Let me feel into him for a minute, because it's like they just, if they don't want to figure it out. If they're not trying to figure it out, they don't want to figure it out for now.
Like, does he even understand the fact that I've asked you not to contact me at this point? Like, did that even hit home?
You've asked him not to contact you?
Mm-hmm. I asked him to just let me go, and I told him I couldn't just be his friend.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing though that's kind of tough, and you'll have to feel this out for yourself. But you'll never be able to get rid of the signs and synchronicities and all that. It's like, even if you completely block them out of your life, you're still connected energetically, unfortunately. So it's kind of like you're stuck with that person on some level. But I mean, you can do your best, but sometimes when you block somebody, then you're not able to kind of check on each other either. Kind of like, it's nice to know what's going on.
Blocked. Like, I told him I'm not blocking you on anything. I just asked if he could let me try to move on. Yeah, if you're not ready to show up, then I can't focus on this, basically.
That's a beautiful boundary. I love that. And also, one thing that you can do is you can ask Archangel Michael or somebody that you trust on the other side to like kink the energetic hose between you, like you would like a water hose, and and try to stop that energy from coming through, so you don't see so many signs and synchronicities, and you don't feel they're freaking out. Because I bet you've been feeling him as much as he's acting like he's kind of pushing you away and putting these boundaries, causing you to put your boundaries up, and everybody's up all in defense. You've probably also felt his anxiety.
Really, he played it so cool and collected. Like, it's your choice.
They really put on a good poker face. Yeah, they put on a good poker face, but you can feel it. Like, you can feel their anxiety. I don't know if have you not been feeling his anxiety from that?
I've been a wreck for the last 2.5 days. I just assumed it was all mine because I thought it was in my head. I thought I was going crazy.
Nope. So one thing that you can start to do is you can like imagine like a yes or a no on either side of in your mind. Or you can say, is it him or is it me? You can take two objects and compare the energy of the two. And then you just say, is it me or is it my twin that I'm feeling? Or is it a third person? Or what, you can just put a number of options in your mind and you can see which one kind of starts to come forward at you or starts to glow or starts to shake, or it'll do something to catch your attention and you'll be like, oh, that's him. This happens all the time. It's very, very common. And when feminines tell me that, they're like, oh my gosh, I feel like one of my feminines just got married and she put pictures of the ring up and all that stuff, and her twin freaked out. And he's acting all calm and cool. He's like, congratulations, I think it's so great that you're going to blah, 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 blah. But inside, like, she's freaking out. And she is not somebody who freaks out over the things she's freaking out about. So she knows it's not her. And she's going through all this angst, and she can tell that his world is becoming a whirlwind right now, and he's questioning everything, and everything's this huge upheaval, and he's like feeling an urgent need to get over to where she's at, to live where she is, so he has access to her and can do something about this. And I've tuned into him, so I know too. And I clarified for her, yeah, you're definitely feeling him. And she's like, I'm even having thoughts that I don't normally have, like, this can't be me. So this is very common, but you can always kink the cord, ask the angels or somebody, to kink the cord. And, yeah.
Gosh. So I guess I know that I put in a boundary, but now it's like, where do I go from here? Because we did talk, like, out of all of this, it was all very calm and still friendly conversation. Even though I bared my heart and he kind of put up a wall, it was still very calm and friendly. And we did talk about, like, if you change your mind, if you realize that, like, you've made a mistake, would you let me know? And he was adamant that he would. And I just didn't know if I believed it or not. And so I guess I'm wondering, like, what's next? Where do I go from here?
Well, when you get to that stalemate, really the only thing that you can do is just reflect on yourself and see, like, where is my need for a partner? What is this reflecting back to me? What is it making me feel or believe about myself? Am I unlovable? Do I feel like there's no one who's going to want me? Does it bring up feelings of abandonment? Maybe what your dad did to you? You know what I mean? Like, do some soul searching in terms of yourself and just realize that he's where you were at a while ago, and let him sift through all of that stuff. And, I just encourage people not to wait around, like, move on. Yeah. You're treat him like he's a brother. I mean, he wants that anyway, or at least he's saying he does, treat him like a brother, treat him like a friend, and be like, hey, it was nice knowing you. Got this really cool. It's like we survived a big ordeal together, just like when you go through any big traumatic event with somebody, and you're always going to remember them. You're always going to be like, well, we had that amazing thing that happened in the past, but it doesn't mean that you need to bring that forward into the future. So I would just totally respect where he's at, even though you just know that he's lying, number one, because I don't know it's like, if one is seeing that many signs and synchronicities that they're that certain that they're twin flames and whatnot, the other one does see them. Even if they lie and say that they don't, they do. It's just, even the ones that have lied and been in denial for a while, they eventually admit it later, that it was just their pride that got in the way, or their money that got in the way, or what else can they do but push you away if they don't feel ready and they don't feel like able to communicate that to you, the truth to you. He'd rather just push you away and keep you away than deal with it. It's something that he feels is like over his head.
I almost feel like he wasn't expecting me to actually walk away, though.
Well, they never are, at least not the first time. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know, tend to yourself, care for yourself, keep your options open. You might be surprised what the universe is bringing through, because I feel like 2019, like a lot of marriages are going to happen. A lot of really incredible past life connections are coming together. Like a lot of really incredible things. I dreamt of a wedding ring last night. And so I think that that's also a lot of things that happen to me are about the collective as well. So I don't know. Maybe I'm going to get engaged. Maybe it's also like financial success, and it's like taking things to another level, whatever that level is. And so, it could be any of those things, but I definitely feel like the wedding ring dream definitely symbolizes for all the feminines what's going on in 2019 is what I felt. So, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a really, really beautiful year full of incredible opportunities, and just go into those things. Don't even consider him. Don't even think about like how any of these changes would be affecting him or anything. Just go forward. And then you'll encourage him to do the same thing. It's like the universe has a way of wringing out any little drop of codependency you still have in you. And it'll like fine tune down to the drop. It'll be like, oh, I see it right there. So I'm going to trigger you and call you friend, or have him call you friend, or whatever, So let go, let go, let go, let go.
Okay. I feel like that's pretty loud and clear. I'm moving into 2019 solo.
Yeah. Yeah, and in your power.
Yep.
Your power, flying forward with your sword, and just looking for authenticity. Line up with whoever's meeting you on that level of honesty and clarity, and ready for commitment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a lot to think about. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I feel for you. I understand those feelings completely. I get it.
Take care.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks. Yeah, and I'll say this too. Like, I put out that video explaining to you guys like what happened between me and my twin flame. It ended up leading to some good honesty came out of it. Sometimes you just have to speak your truth to each other. And then you know where you stand a little better, and then you're just like, okay. And then you can let it go a little better. So if you feel compelled to reach out to him, to say something to him or her, whatever you're in, then do it. And even if it causes conflict, even if it causes, whatever, an upheaval, or he fights with you or argues or denies it or does whatever, or, I don't know. There's so many different scenarios out there, but if you feel like speaking your truth, just darn well do it. Just get the truth out there, because you're gonna send out like a ping, and you'll get a ping back as to where you sit. If you're okay with it, then you guys can go forward. If you're not, then I guess, back in the oven for you. So we'll go to the next caller. Hello?
Hello, Amy?
Yes.
Hi, so this is Cece. My second time calling.
Cool. Hi, Cece.
Hi. I've been really relating to the questions that have been asked. I don't feel like I need to ask about my twin flame, because I think it's going to be along the same lines. But my question is about career. I started a new job last week, and I've been really excited about it, but also feeling a lot of anxiety at work. So any advice from Spirit be appreciated.
Yeah. Okay, hang on just a minute. You definitely chose the right place. I mean, this is definitely like within your, it's stretching you, but it's definitely what you were supposed to do. It's not your end point, but it's definitely the next step for you. It's perfect. They want you to, wow, yeah, that feels like, oof. I was in this position once. Where I felt like I kind of got in over my head a bit. But I think it's really beneficial if you can just be completely honest with your employer or the person who's working closest with you and just be like, I'm kind of out of my element right now, but I'm completely moldable and shapeable. What do you recommend for getting, my files organized best? Or what would you do in terms of like, when should I make my calls? Like, how do you do your schedule? I know that you're really successful. Compliment them. So, could you give me some tips on how to manage my schedule best? Because I feel like I'm juggling too much and there's too much on my plate. It's like be honest with them, and they'll give you the feedback that you need. But it just feels like you're kind of like dead, like deer in the headlights, like kind of a little bit frozen. So, and they're also saying like chip away at what nags the most. So to go to the most urgent matter and just start chipping away at it, and just again, like drop your ego. Like don't try to impress yet, because you're not even really, you're so new still that you can kind of look like an idiot a little bit, Right. But just yeah.
Oh, well, I think that's part of my problem is I'm trying to be impressive.
Yeah. So you got to drop that and just be willing to be vulnerable and ask lots of questions. Just involve the person. The person who's in charge is like, they know, it's like they can feel it intuitively and energetically that you're a little bit stressed. And they're like, why isn't she reaching out? Like, why isn't she just asking me? So it'd be better, I think, if you break the ice. And I feel like your manager is pretty cool. So I think if you can create some humor in there and a little bit of playfulness even, and just kind of be not flirty, obviously, but like lighthearted humor, that type of thing. Like just be like, I feel so dumb or whatever, and just to ask those questions. I feel like you're right on path. You're going to do really well there. You're going to excel there. In fact, I feel like whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to be the one that others come to for like training in that later. Like you'll be really good. You're going to be really good at this. It's just freaking you out right now.
Yeah. I think I needed to hear some encouragement and, just a reminder to ask for help.
And also one other thing that you can do real quick is that you can visualize yourself being really awesome at your job. Okay. And like at night when you're at home, just imagine like getting praises from your boss and being like, wow, you're just doing such a great job. And you can imagine multitasking and, just imagine everything going really great, like in the future, going really super smooth, and you knowing exactly what to say to everybody and what to do and how to react and who to go to. And just imagine that going really well. And you will manifest that, your thoughts create your reality around you. So put some energy into visualizing, I would. Okay, I just sounded like Yoda.
I actually have a vision board too, so I can add more to it. Another thing that I have on my vision board is related to singing. So I'm wondering if singing is actually a possibility in my future professionally.
Professionally. When you said professionally, it shifted. It was like yes, and then professionally, it kind of went. Let me see. Let me see why.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
In a couple of weeks, there's some like auditions happening for something that I want to try out. It's more just to kind of dip my toes and see what it's like.
They want you to go get into it at a level of just enjoying, and like you said, if you go, it feels like it's going to be a real long shot for you to get that. But it'll be really good experience for you to go be a part of that and kind of build up to it. So it definitely feels like you have a lot of potential. It's like you just have to get a lot more comfortable. It feels like it's something, if you were to have some kind of a break and get some kind of, it feels like you might sing in a play or something like that even. I don't know if you've looked into acting, but it feels like something like that might. Yeah. What was that?
I've been interested, but never tried it really. Yeah.
Okay, so it feels like you might be involved in a play or something like that in the future, but I feel like at that time, by the time you get there to where you actually get a gig or something, it's going to be when you're excelling at your job. So that's how much time it's going to be. You know,
excelling at the job that I started last week, right?
Yeah. So it's going to take a little while, and I don't think you're ever going to be like. It doesn't feel to me like you're ever going to be like a star or something, you know, like huge. But it does feel like you can definitely get some jobs that make you feel really fulfilled and really happy to sing. They want you to do it for the enjoyment of it, in other words.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it for
the joy of it too.
Good. It does feel like some opportunity will come, though, later when you're really incredible at this job, like I was saying about at that point when you start doing plays and stuff. Feels like there might be something that you get pulled into just after that as well. Like takes you into a whole other level of income and career and all of that. I'm not sure what that is, but you're going to be really in your element at that time. You'll know what it is when the time comes. I feel like it might be an entrepreneurial type thing.
Okay.
Something to look forward to.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Thanks.
Okay. Let's see here.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. So I have a quick question here. I won't take too much time, but I was wondering if you could, kind of like everyone else, just tune into my twin flame. I feel like I've kind of switched my energy recently, and I've been listening to some twin flame connection, or I guess the collective energies, and I don't feel like I totally resonate with them now. So I was just curious to see if something shifted or how he sees me.
Sometimes when that's happened along my journey, I switch collective readers that I'm listening to. You'll resonate with different readers at different times.
Yeah. Okay. Some of them I listen to, I'm like, oh, this is just not related at all. Like,
you really love one reader for a while, and then all of a sudden it's like they take off down some other road, and you're like, oh, I'll go with this one now. So let me feel into your twin for a moment and any shifts that have happened there. There seems to be like an honoring and a respect that's there right now that hasn't been there before to this degree.
Yeah, I can feel that for sure.
Yeah, it feels like a stillness, which is kind of nice. Actually, man, it feels really good. I got to say that this is like the perfect space to be in, both you and him, because you doing this has created it in him. I feel like you guys are really kind of like, you guys are in a safe shelter where there was like a storm or something going on around you. You guys got in a safe room, and now you're being catered to, and people are bringing grapes, and they're bringing some juice, and they're like, is there anything else you'd like? And you guys are just kind of like kicking up your heels and having a good time, letting the sun shine on you for a moment. And it feels like when you take away all the fear of that tends to like just threaten whatever area of our lives that we feel is being threatened, if you can just be in that safe place and just be like completely like kicking it, then you like let down your guard and you can see much more clearly. The only way that you'll make a bad decision is if you are thinking too much. And that sounds like so opposite of what people think. It's like the masculines especially think that, oh, if I think, then I can come up with the best idea possible. And it's like so not true. Because the way that it works is your higher self is like above you in a way. I mean, just if, we're always thinking in times of linear and images and things, but it's like the higher self is like above you, let's say, and there's a pipe of energy coming down into you, trying to give you guidance to bring you to your best bliss, your highest bliss, your biggest happiness, your brightest future. And it's trying to feed you with all this great input and insights and signs and synchronicities and all of these things that are trying to lead you where you're going. And you clog that pipe by worrying and doubting and thinking too much. So the idea is to try, it's like you get an idea, you can ponder it, you can think about it for a moment, try not to worry or get scared or freaked out, don't stay in that fear place. But just be like, that's an idea. Let the inspiration come to you and let it drop down in your heart. Listen to your intuition and then act on that. That's the most important thing is like when you get a hit, when you feel like, ooh, an idea or an inspiration or whatever comes to you, then act on it. And don't go, oh, well, the collective readings say that I can't contact my twin flame or, or I just need to, don't get in your head about it. Just be like, okay, I feel prompted to call him right now. I'm going to call, or I feel prompted to send a text. And also detach from any kind of expectation of any kind of reaction back. Mm-hmm. So, you could send a text, but yeah, send the text because you're listening to your intuition and you're doing something you were told to do, period, and let that be the end of it. It's like you're a messenger. You delivered it at the door. You've left the package there. It's not your responsibility how the person receives the package. It's not your responsibility to knock on the door and make sure he picks up the package or that he's happy that he opened the package or that he says, thank you, Mr. UPS man, Just drop the package.
That's a good analogy.
If you feel the university, the university. That's so funny. So it's like, the university will tell you, go deliver the message and just do as you're told. And don't, so many people get caught up in, but he didn't say something back. He didn't do something back. He didn't respond. And it's just like, so you delivered the message. It opened a door or it opened their heart or it did something. So anyway, you guys are in that sweet spot where you're really in a very surrendered state and it feels so beautiful. And both of you are really going to come to some great clarity in that space. And that's where you can make your best decisions moving forward. That's when he's going to have the idea, you know what, I'm just going to ask how she's doing.
Right.
And then it gets the ball rolling. And so I'd say you guys are in a really sweet spot right now. And honestly, I feel like as a result, it feels like he might even reach out to you on Valentine's Day. Not to get your expectations up.
That's his birthday, though. That's his birthday, Valentine's. But he has a karmic. So plot twist.
Oh, well, okay. So he's got a karmic, but that doesn't mean he can't be friends with you. So
no,
you might, for sure. Yeah. So he probably will reach out to you. He'll probably say something to you on that day. Let me just see what else. I want to tune into him with the karmic for a minute. Hang on a minute. He's already written her off. She's already gone. So it's not that they are, there's such a disconnect there.
But she's not, yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, I think just what you're saying is like she's there, but they're not a thing. Like they're energetically just, yeah.
He doesn't feel nearly for her what he feels for you. Not even close. I mean, she's like a 2. And you're like, obviously a 10. Energetically, you know what I'm talking about. So, it's like, he knows the direction he's going in. He's just kind of getting coiled up to make it happen. He's prepping, even in the back of his mind. It's like he's building for that to be able to happen. He's making building blocks. He's like a little kid with Legos. He knows he wants to be with you, and he's got some little kid next to him who's kind of playing too, but the little kid next to him is playing with some kind of little fort over here, and he's building this castle, and he knows who he wants living in that castle with him, but he's kind of like, yeah, you go build your fort over here, whatever that is, but I'm here, and I'm focused on this, and this is going to happen. So that's what it feels like to me, is that he knows who he wants to be with, and he feels like a certain resignation for that. He knows, I don't know how to explain it, except that there's a knowingness in him that he will be with you. And so she's already gone. Yeah, she's already gone. But it's just a matter of things lining up for him to be able to make it all official. And honestly, it's like the one thing they need to realize too is like when they let the karmic person go, it's like they can then find their perfect person. So it's almost like everybody on the planet just, if you're not like blissed out, if you're not like totally happy with this person, just break up so that everybody can go find their good person, the better person for them. So, but too many people are settling, and everybody's with somebody that they know that they're not going to be with long term, and quit wasting everybody's time. But at the same time, having said that, there's a divine timing and everything too. So, it's like the universe has a way of like it'll boil your pot to make you break up with somebody. It'll make you more and more and more and more and more and more and more uncomfortable till you finally do what your heart is telling you and screaming at you to do. It'll break through your head,
Authenticity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I also feel like in a couple months there's going to be some kind of a shift for you too. So, until then, just have a good time. We're doing, like as a collective, a lot of the feminines are doing a lot of cleaning things up, doing spring cleaning, going through storage. I recommend clear bins so you can see what's in there. It's kind of cool. You put all your you put like with like, so all your electronics in one box, all your bikinis and underwear in this one and all of this, it's like put it all together and so that you can know where everything is. Just get real organized and get ready to move. A lot of feminines are going to be moving, or the masculines. But just get prepared for things to start happening in a couple months, and be ready for just about anything. It does. I just got 8 of Wands energy too, so I feel like when this happens for you guys, it's going to go really fast.
Okay.
And I don't. When you know this long, when you know this person that you have these feelings for a while, the breakup doesn't have to take all that long to get over, because you already. It's like there's already a slow healing behind the scenes that takes place the whole while. You make more and more peace with the fact that you're letting that person go or whatever. So it's not like the normal relationship. It's kind of like when you found true love, it's a lot easier to let go of the karmic lessons. You do go through the mourning process and you feel really sad and whatnot. You probably broke somebody's heart or something like that, but then it's kind of like, okay,
oh, hello.
Months, pining over or whining over what happened. That doesn't necessarily have to happen, and hopefully it doesn't, because that would be best for you to just be able to move on. Especially too, if they're able to break up with their karmic, a lot of times they're healthy enough to know that they've just made a really healthy decision. They've got a healthier mind. They make healthier choices, and they're going to be able to. They've learned a little bit better how to deal with their own emotions, so they're not going to have to go through, being stuck in the shadow side forever, like being down on themselves and being a victim and, oh, woe is me, I can never make it work. They're not going to stay in that kind of a place for very long. They'll just skip right. They'll just go deep. They'll cry for days and then be done,
Yeah.
So,
okay.
For whatever
I
that's
really
worth.
appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Let you get back to the rest of your callers. Good night.
Okay, bye. Okay. Hello.
Hello, Amy.
Hi.
I have a question about energy and the raising your vibration. I've had some Reiki sessions where they're pulling out some pretty icky, kind of dark energy.
Okay.
One of the healers mentioned it seems to be coming from work, and I just want to get your perspective on that and what I can do to protect myself and raise my own vibration, and see what I can do about work.
Okay. I need to get a drink for a second.
Sure.
Okay. Hmm. Or is your work environment causing you to feel some kind of, do you feel like you're not doing the best of jobs? I mean, do you feel a little bit insecure about maybe about the job you're doing there?
I feel like it's been 2018 was a real rough year.
Okay.
Was really rough. We actually saw one of the people, he was fired from the company, and profits weren't where they needed to be, and my position keeps changing and changing and changing, and right now we're writing process and procedure, and specifically about what currently I'm doing. I know that, well, not just me, but other areas as well, but right now the focus is on mine.
Okay.
I just know where I'm at. It's been nice to watch the company grow, and I really feel this year is going to be a good year for them. However, I know that it's my time to also leave. It's not healthy. It's not the right job for me, and I'm no longer really happy there. We brought on a new employee, and once that happened, there's been some shakeup, and that's when the icky darkness has been attaching.
Okay. So one of my favorite visualizations to do is when you first wake up in the morning, extend your hands up. You know, you're always going to stretch when you first wake up anyway. So stretch up with your arms up to the sky, and imagine the sun like shining down, giving you nourishment in your leaves and in your, imagine being a tree, and it's like shining down on your leaves, and it feels so good, and all this nourishment's coming into your branches and everything. And then imagine like it starts to drain all negativity out of you and down your trunk, and then down into your roots, and then the roots go down into the earth underneath you, wherever your house is. Like, imagine the roots going really down deep. And then imagine all this energy, like, sinking down or like being absorbed into the earth. Like the earth is a sponge, just taking all that negativity from you. So that's one thing, to get any negativity off of you. And you could just do that every morning or every night before bed or something like that. And then what you can do is imagine yourself like, before you walk into your work environment, imagine like a big crystal or a big white light, something lit up in your solar plexus, like around your belly button, and light it up really bright. And you can imagine either like gold or silver or rainbow sprinkles around your field in like a bubble. And just imagine as you walk around work and stuff like that, that you have this incredible bubble all around you. That'll be one thing. It'll help you even feel confident and unaffected. But honestly, your very best protection is to stay out of your head and stay really in the moment, and to feel the aliveness in your body, because it's our most vulnerable, but it's also like our most powerful. So if you can kind of practice that at home and see what that's like to really stay in the moment like that, you're less apt to take on negative energy if you're in your, I feel that's our true, authentic, essential nature, is to be super in the moment and in that vibrational state to where you can actually feel the aliveness in your body all the time. Everywhere you go, you can practice it and work on it. But you will not have those types of things come in you unless you're stressed and broken down and feel like you're not good enough and all that kind of stuff. And I will explain something about lower astral entities, because it kind of feels like that's what's going on for you. And I can definitely take out anything that I see there right now. But lower astral entities are like these little, they look like Casper the Friendly Ghost, but they're black, and they're like usually about 1 foot or 2 tall. They're pretty small. I mean, fairly small. And And they hang out in public places like weddings and bars and places like that where there are a lot of people. And if you're already kind of a doubtful person, when you walk into a bar, it's like these entities will go, oh, I represent doubt. And they will see that you have the same vibration as them, and they'll jump right in you, and they'll hide in your spine. And it'll go totally unnoticed, except everybody around you will notice that you're way more doubtful than you normally are. And so will you. You'll be like, gosh, I'm just doubting everything all of a sudden. Now everything seems like it's just going so wrong. And then it's like, if you were me, you'd be like, oh, wait a minute. A little entity must have gotten in, and then you can scan for it and look for it yourself. But if you're not trained, then it can just happen to you, and you don't know why you're feeling more and more insecure and more, fearful. So that's why the Reiki helps, and Qigong and things like that, or to learn it yourself. So let me just check your field and just see if you have anything currently right now. No. Oh, let me check your hole. You have a little, people have a little hole in the back of their neck where they jump in real easily. So I'm going to check your hole to just see if it has any leaks or anything that kind of invites beings like that in. Actually, it looks pretty good. Whoever did your Reiki did a good job.
It was a team, and what was interesting is when they worked on me, every now and again, they'd put their hands on my solar plexus, but when they actually moved, there was 2 of them. So I had 4 hands on me. I was counting 6 hands. It was it was a trip. it was like there was definitely
an extra pair of
more
hands.
Pressure. Right, and definitely that was the solar plexus, and then of course the alignment from the head to the heart. That's
so cool.
When they moved from that area, the pressure felt like the energy was still flowing through there.
Well, and I would recommend, just as human beings in general, we really need chi boosting, because we burn chi all the time just by walking around talking and doing things, and we will wear ourselves out and make ourselves tired and get, and especially if we don't listen to our intuitions or meditate or have stillness in our lives, we're just burning that pot until it just turns black, and we're not recharging ourselves. So I encourage people to either get energy work done like you did, or to do Qigong or some kind of replenishment every day if you can, or not the energy work by a Reiki master or something, but there are certain exercises like Tai Chi and things that are meant to build Chi that you could do every day and get in the habit of, that help you not only build your system up to a high vibrational state to where you're not attracting that type of those types of entities. They'll just be like, but not only do you build your chi, but you'll also build your energy, and you'll also feel more confident, and you'll also feel more centered and secure and all of that good, wonderful feeling stuff. So good job on going for energy work. I think that should be a regular thing everybody does all the time. You just never know when you get an entity. And it is fairly simple to remove it yourself, but you got to kind of know what you're doing. So, did that help?
Yeah, it did. What do you see as my next job coming in, or something that I'm really going to be really good at, flourish at, and make some good money at?
Yeah, well, I don't know what you were doing before, but I got the word president. That seems pretty high up to me. So, and I see you in a suit and heels. So, I feel like,
okay.
I feel like you're going to be doing some kind of a corporate job. You're going to be very much in charge. You're going to be like a head honcho, big time. I just wonder, you might be at mid-level at first, and you might build up to where I'm seeing you, but it's kind of like your life purpose is involved in you being at that high level, and it's going to happen naturally. So don't worry about it. Don't go, oh, well, I only got hired as a manager, this must not be it, or something like that, or maybe I don't have the capability of rising to the top. But when you step into your life purpose and your mission, it's like things just like they start happening to you. There's no struggle involved. It's just like you just start soaring to the top, and it's like super easy. So I want to see. I'm going to feel into any other hints or clues I can give you about that environment you're going into. Hang on a minute. You're going to find it on a site like Monster or what's that other one? Monster.
Indeed.
Indeed, that's the one. I think it's going to be Indeed. So they want you to think outside the box in terms of like reach for the stars. And it feels like if you have like a bachelor's but not a doctorate and they require a doctorate, like still apply. Even though it's a step lower, you're still close. And sometimes when, you know, and especially when your life purpose is involved, it's like they meet you and they just know. And they feel comfortable with you and they feel like they can trust you and they take you on. But make sure that they know that you're not, you know, you know what I mean? Don't lie. Don't cover anything yet. Right. And you can even say in the cover letter. Yeah, you can say in your cover letter, I know I don't have a doctorate degree, but I'm pretty certain and confident that with my training, my experience, I think I'm a perfect candidate for you. So please give me a chance and let's talk and see what they say. You're coming into your power.
Now, can you explain when people are coming into their power, how you've talked about it before, but how does somebody actually come into it? How do you know? Good question. How do you know? You've talked about it before.
Okay, you start to feel like, I got this. That's what it feels like. I got this. And it's like where you were kind of showing trepidation in your life, in your career. Let's say where you were kind of uncertain about yourself or kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'm not cut out for this, or maybe, you know, when you're kind of doubting yourself, you're definitely not coming into it. When you're coming into it, you're like, I know what I'm doing. I'm good at this. And it's like your confidence in your own abilities and in yourself and in your experience. It's like finding value and seeing value in who you have become today, and knowing that when you're talking to, future employers or whatever, that you're feeling confident, you're looking them in the eye and you're like, I'm a valuable commodity. You want me. Trust me. You want me on your side. You know, that's you coming into your power. You knowing your worth, you knowing your value, and you having confidence in who you are and what you're capable of. And then things start just like coming to you pretty easily. Like when I came into this job, for example, when I started doing this line of work, I mean, you couldn't have told me, like, I was in the corporate world. If you would have told me I'd be doing this, I'd be like, no way. But when I started doing this kind of work, it's like a number of things started to just kind of happen. And I even was not even being ambitious. I wasn't even like trying or wanting to necessarily grow things, but things would just happen. Hey, Amy, there's this over here. Hey, Amy, there's that over there. Hey, there's this invitation here. And it was just like I was just being pulled into all these different directions at just the right time to meet just the right people, to have everything just unravel naturally. And it's like I've hardly even wanted any of it in terms of like striving for it. You know what I mean? It's just all happened super naturally and kind of fell into my lap, all of it. So that's when you know that you're stepping into your power. It's like I'm confident in what I do now, and everything is just coming easier and easier, more and more opportunities. And it's just been incredible to see all of it come to me, and literally come to me. Like I had no idea, or maybe I had like an inkling in my intuition, I think this might be coming in the future, but I had no idea how it would even happen. All of a sudden, boom, all these synchronicities, incredible things start happening. And I'm like, whoa, there it is. But I didn't even have to make it happen. So you start to really get into a flow, and you start to really get in your element, you know, and you really start to soar. It feels like a soaring, you know, like everything is just pretty easy, and you don't really have to fret that you're doing anything wrong. It's just like This is what I was meant to do. This is what I was made for.
Okay. And do you see that change in employment happening soon?
Yes. Within 4 weeks.
What?
Start looking. Yeah. So within 4 weeks, I think you'll find it.
I'm actually pursuing something that would be totally outside of anything I've done before, and it's just, but I don't think it's corporate.
Okay. Let me feel into that. We always have many different opportunities. We have different parallel universes we can jump over to, different timelines. It gets pretty complicated, but let me tune into this thing that you're pursuing right now. Is this...
It's through a friend that knows somebody that, it's pretty...
I don't like it.
Trying to get it... Oh, okay.
I don't trust it. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. It would be a learning experience if you want to do it. Go ahead. But I really do feel like it would be a learning experience. I don't see you flourishing. I don't see you really sparkling. I feel like it's another avenue that will lead you to disappointment, and that it will get you a little stuck, and then you'll be like, now what do I do? Because now I went down this other road, and I only went for a little while because it fizzled out, and it's a dead end. I feel like it's a dead end. Sorry.
Got it. No, don't be.
But they want to commend you. They want to commend you, though, for having the bravery and the guts and the courage to follow that, to want to do that. You know what I mean? They like that you broke out of the box, for sure. They meaning your guide.
Well, like I said, I came from corporate, and my idea of the box is, well, sometimes you got to burn it down, and
that's right. You really do.
Don't have those boundaries. Yeah.
And you know what though? You can do that in different areas and in different ways, and you can always, do something in your personal life that does that for you too, or create your own little side business or something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be your career, or it could be your career, but like a side career. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways that you can express yourself in a unique way to break out of the box without, and still, you'll feel it out. You'll feel it out. Doors will open, and you'll just walk through them, and you'll walk through them happily. If it's something you're kind of dreading doing or don't like or don't want to do, don't do it, Only do that which kind of calls you forth with joy.
Okay. And you see 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's an offer or if that's,
Am I leaving my current job, or is it within my current job, my current employer?
Okay. Or is it within? I think it actually could be within. Maybe a different location?
Yeah, it's a small company that's growing.
Okay.
But it's really worn on me, and I'm ready to move forward.
I did just get the word new, so maybe it is a brand new opportunity.
I hope so. Okay, well, you've been really helpful in describing
whatever it is,
energies.
you're going to like it.
That's important.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'll start
I'd let you know.
On Indeed.
If I feel like anyone's getting themselves into something that they're going to be miserable in, I won't lead them that direction. So you're good.
I'm good. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Have a good night. Okay, let's see. Margaret? I'm trying to get you. There we go. Margaret, are you there? No? Okay, let's see.
Hello?
Margaret. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I have a question. My parents passed away 2005 and 2007, respectively, and it's a while ago. But I have been on go, 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 go mode, and now I'm at a point in my life where I'm not such in go mode. And I wanted to see if you have anything if Eugene and Teresa are reaching out to you. You have any messages from them?
Okay. And this is in regards to not being in so much of a go-go mode?
Well, I am now, I'm at a point where I'm just kind of idle.
Okay.
Not idle, but calm.
Okay, hang on. Your mom and your dad are saying, your mom and your dad are saying different things, so let me see which one wants to talk. Your mom wants to talk first. She's saying that it's time for you to pursue your dreams. And she's saying that there's been something you've been wanting to do and itching to do for a while and haven't done it. And she wants you to go after that. And it's kind of like for you, it kind of feels like pie in the sky. I don't know. It'd be like writing a book on something and you feel like you're so novice at it that you're not even going to get started because it's like you'd need so much more information that it's like, why even bother? But whatever that is, it's like she wants you to get going down that road. So being that she used a road could also mean that you might be moving or relocating. I'm not sure, but she definitely showed me a road, like go down that road. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this would be?
I moved from New Orleans to Boulder.
Okay. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, you have relocated. Do you know what the thing is that you feel passionate about, that you want to maybe get started? You know, your dream, kind of a hidden dream?
No, I don't know. I am writing a small book for myself.
Okay. That's it, she said. That's it. She wants you to do that for now because, and now your dad's coming in too, because your dad was trying to encourage you to take this time off and just, relax. But your mom is saying, oh gosh, something about, I totally lost it, but it was something having to do with these, this resting time is actually on purpose. It's so that you can write. Because you're about to get real busy in like 4 to 6 weeks or so. And when you get busy, you're not going to have this kind of time to sit down and write. So they want you to get on it. Both of them are agreeing with that. But your dad is more like, definitely take time to rest right now too.
Okay.
Is there a specific question you'd like to ask either of them?
No, we miss them. My sisters and I miss them so much. Do they have anything else for us?
Yeah, hang on.
You know.
Your dad is saying something about your sister, I think. Is she with a guy?
I'm sorry, she with a guy?
Is she with a guy? Is she in a relationship? There's something about a relationship. Okay. Because it's something that are they gonna have a kid? Is she pregnant?
No, she's in her late 50s.
Oh, in her late 50s. So then, what is this? He's showing me a baby. Let me see. What was that?
A grandbaby, maybe a new grandbaby.
Could be. Yeah, it could very well. Yes, he said yes. Grandbaby coming to, does she have a son or something? It feels like a boy.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the one that's going to have the kid. And they're both like super excited that that's going to be happening.
Okay, good.
They said they could not be prouder and they could not be happier. And they are both really proud of the stability that those two have created. So, not the kids that are having the baby, but your sister and her husband. I
have two sisters.
Okay.
And one just had a baby. My nephew just had a baby. His wife just had a baby 3 months ago.
Okay. All right. So do you want to look at the other sister? Like what they're wanting to tell you about the other sister?
Sure. Debbie and Maria are my two sisters.
Okay. Debbie and Maria. They're trying to help Maria. It seems like Maria needs a little bit of direction right now as well. So they're trying to kind of help her through an uncertain time.
Okay.
And then the other one, you said Maria, and who was the other one?
Debbie.
Debbie feels like the one maybe we were just talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, they feel like Debbie and her husband, they're good. They're just a little bit more concerned about Maria.
Okay.
But they're helping. They're leading her in the right direction.
Okay. Now, will I find employment?
Absolutely. Your dad just gave me 2 thumbs up on that. So I think he is, he's saying that he's going to actually help you find something, and it's going to be something interesting. Are you single? Or you're married?
Yes,
you said you're married.
No,
or
I'm
did
not
you
married.
say? Okay. I'm getting you confused with your sister. Sorry. Okay. Because they were saying something about you. I was going to be like, if you're married, you might have a problem on your hands because you might meet some guy at this job that you're going to get.
Okay.
And I'm seeing you guys being really cute and playful with each other. It's really sweet. So, and it also, I see the guy with a cowboy hat. I don't know if he is a cowboy or if it's, if you're going to be working out on ranch, or maybe the guy's just kind of a cowboy at heart, or maybe he likes horses. I don't know what the symbolism is necessarily. He might just be rough and rugged. It kind of feels like you're more like a belle, and he's more like the rough and rugged type. He looks. I mean, honestly, he looks right out of a romance novel or something. He's pretty sexy.
Wow, good. My social life is 0 right now.
Okay. Well, it'll be worth the wait.
Okay,
it'll be worth the wait. Yeah, he's going to be on your level, and it's kind of cute because he's really confident in himself, and he's not going to take no for an answer. So you better be prepared.
Okay.
He's a sweetheart. He's a really good guy, so you can trust him. He might seem like he's kind of a player, because he's real playful and he's real flirty, but he's only that way with you. You bring that out in him. You'll get to know him better, and you'll know that about him. But yeah, you can trust this guy. He's cool. I like him.
Oh, good. Unlike my ex-husband.
No. Your parents are like, no, not at all. Not at all.
Well, good. So finances look okay for me?
Yeah. They showed me $3 signs. I'd say that's good. That's like 3 out of 5 stars. So that's, you're going to be doing good. Let's see here. It feels like whatever you're going to be doing, it has some creativity to it. It's going to be slow sometimes, really challenging other times. It's kind of going to have some ups and downs. But what's cool is that when you're in the hyper time or the fast times, you have to be in your creative space. You have to get really creative. I don't know. And it feels like when you do that, you do a really excellent job. It's like you do really well under pressure. So you're going to do you're going to do great. And I feel like you might be there for a while.
Oh, good. And
then
real quick, what do my parents say about my son? He is at CU Boulder.
Okay, hang on.
Cedric is his name.
Okay. He's doing it. He's got a good head on his shoulders. I just feel like he's trying to feel where he fits in, and like socially, and he's doing a really good job of kind of using his discernment to stay away from troublemakers or people who are getting too high or whatever. And he's trying to stay with people who will study with him, who accept him for who he is. So that's, I think, his priority right now. I mean, his studies look like he's doing good. He's on top of his studies, and he's definitely making time to he's taking time out to make sure he gets like real, like time that he can concentrate, real quiet time that he can concentrate. He's going to do real well. He's just right now, his attention is like trying to figure out like his social support system, I guess, if you will.
That's true. We talked about that.
Okay, good, because he's doing well. He's doing well to avoid some of these like partiers that are trying to suck him in. He's saying no to them.
Oh, good.
Let me see what else. I want to see like what your parents specifically have to say. They're saying you're doing a great job with him. They're just like, they're kind of putting their hands up like, hey, she's doing it. So we haven't had to step in or do anything. So you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Amy.
You're welcome.
And
you have...
Go ahead.
I was going to wish you a good night.
Okay, you too. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and since you're here in Boulder, you can always come and see me at the Lighthouse any Thursday through Saturday.
I did. I dropped in by accident one time. No, there are no accidents, correct? And you happened to see me for like 20 minutes. It was spur of the moment, and I thought it was funny because I'm from New Orleans. I'm like, oh, wow, I'll do this stuff here too, and it was just by accident. I happened to walk in. I didn't even know you were there. I was shocked. It was awesome. You did mention about a book then too, so I need to get on this book that I'm already writing.
So, see how the universe does that? Knock, 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 and if you don't answer a while later, knock, 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 knock.
Yeah.
All right, well, good luck with that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll set an appointment. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Girl, I don't know if you want to say something, but feel free. Hey,
hello.
Sam.
How are you? Wow. You surprised me with the, okay, hi.
Do you have any updates or anything cool to share?
Well, the only thing that I have, I guess, would be I did get a download in the middle of your call, and I wrote it down. But other than, and I have a question that I could ask, but I don't have to because we're going to talk later this week. So,
feel free to do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Use your intuition.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. I'm going to read it was about a half hour into the show, somewhere in there. Anyways, okay, here it is. When they do something that makes you feel like they don't love you, that this connection isn't real, that it'll never happen, that they'll never choose you, it is only because that's what they have to do in order to get you to go through the tower of faith. Everyone has to go through it at some point, in one way or another. They aren't aware that that's what they're doing. No one would consciously walk away from this connection. If they are walking away, they simply are yet to learn what this really is. They rip away from you so that you can learn that it's impossible to do so. Once you gain the understanding that the only way to stay together is to believe that you always are, they start heading home.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I thought so too. I was like, wow, okay. I'll take that.
Nice. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. And Sam is also a poet and a really great writer, right? If you haven't heard her on the show before. So what's the question you want to ask? When do we have our session?
Oh, Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay.
Okay. It's so weird how many things keep coming up with people that I'm listening to, especially on this show and earlier shows about being drawn to Boulder. It's incredible, because so am I. Mm-hmm. Like over a year ago, I was like, yep, I think that might be the place for me. And I'm wondering about. Sorry, I'm second guessing myself right now. I'm second guessing myself. So I just stumbled onto a program yesterday or the day before that really started kind of singing to me, if you will. And I'm just wondering if that is. I'm at a crossroads between two different programs at the school in Boulder, specifically. The programs that I have found are just pinging like crazy. So it's like a left or right moment.
Okay.
Can you help me pick which fork?
Yes. So in your mind's eye, I want you to picture one of you said there's two options, left or right?
Yeah. I'm just wondering which one is going to bring me to my ultimate ideal life. Okay.
So I want you to put, without telling me, I want you to put one on the left and one on the right and just get it straight in your head right now which one's which, okay? So figure out which one's on the left, which one's on the right. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm getting the one on the right. Here's why.
Really?
This is why. Let me explore the left for a minute. Left one feels like there'd be confusion. I'm getting like, yeah.
When you asked me, I had an initial gut reaction and then I switched it.
Oh no.
Go with the gut.
Get him?
Okay, go with the gut makes sense to me. So it is the right.
Okay,
so that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So you know which ones they are now?
Yeah.
Which one's which? Okay. So now I'm confused as to which one I'm reading into. Are you straight now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what?
No, I mean which one is left and which one is right.
I understand. Yes, I'm back to square one. Yes.
Okay. So, which one is better of the two? Left or right? Right still. Okay. Left, because there's confusion. It feels like there's conflict. And when I say conflict, that's actually like a 5 of Wands moment. Conflict with yourself, self-sabotage, conflict with other people. I'm seeing not being able to relax, kind of having to be
well, left is very social and right is more of a solitude activity.
Oh, okay. All right, let me feel into the right. Right feels like celebration. Feels kind of happy. It oddly enough, though, the one on the right is kind of encapsulated in dark energy. So it's almost like the light is within the dark. It's kind of weird. But it's like
I totally understand it though.
Okay, cool. So you're going to be like lighting up the dark. You're going to be lighting up the dark in that scenario. And I feel like music.
I can't believe you just said that. The fact that you said that is confirmation. Wow.
Okay. And there's like music there. I feel guitars. It feels tranquil. It feels peaceful. It feels harmonious. It feels pretty beautiful. It's like black and white. I would definitely go with the decision on the right.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else? I'll tell you what it is.
Okay, cool.
I could go on and on. I could go on and on.
Well, all right. It's been 104 minutes, so we should probably end this show. And I just want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for calling in. I really appreciate you guys so much. And have yourselves a beautiful night, morning, or evening, or lunch, or whenever you're listening. A lot of you are listening at bedtime when you're falling asleep. So if that's the case, good night and sleep tight. We'll catch you next time on the Satori Show.